friends! Today's video is all about designing a vision board that doesn't just look good, but truly transforms your life. I am an example of this working, okay? If you looked at me at the beginning of this year, I was living at home with my parents, running a business that hardly made me any money, hadn't traveled anywhere in the year and didn't think I was going to. And now, if you look at me now, I'm in my new apartment, new rental, first rental I've ever had, and my business is thriving. It's making over 10K months consistently. I am feeling so blessed this week. One, because running my own business, I get to work wherever I want in the world. I'm working currently in Ireland. And second, I just hit one of my major goals for how much I made in a month for my business. I made over 10K this month, just sent out the invoices for it. I got to travel for 10 weeks of the year and go to places that I never thought I was going to go to, like Japan and Paris. I'm definitely having one of those moments where it's like 1 second you're at home doing work and the next you're in a small town in Japan leaving a cute coffee shop. I love moments like this. Okay, so things on my vision board that I didn't think were going to come true this year, they came true, and I'm going to teach you how to make a vision board where these things happen. Alright, I want you to get comfortable, grab your new notebook if you have a new one. I always like to get a new one before 2025. Maybe grab your laptop. When this is done, grab the template that I'm going to share with all of you, and let's get right into things, okay? So I want you to take notes. First, I already gave you a little bit of proof that vision boards do work, okay? I talked about my travel destinations, my business goals, and there are also some personal things that I managed to accomplish this year. Clearing up my skin, definitely feeling the most confident I ever have with my own skin, working on my fitness. I've never had arm muscles, okay, before. I know these aren't much, but this is a huge improvement for me. And just being consistent with things, okay? And crossing off even like, I don't know, vain little items that I had always wanted to do, but never saved the money for and invested time into, like laser hair removal for my chin or things like that, like buying a new vlogging camera. Those are all things that I wanted to check off my vision board. And I think it's important to include those things. Then I also like to think about things that are good for the soul or things that you want to work on that help drive you in this world. So my big goal was to not only expand my business and make a real go of it this year with my business full time, but also to donate some money to a charity of my choice. So that's why I encourage you, when you think of these things, map them all out with the vision board, okay? I want you to think about what's good for your soul, good for your health, good for your fitness, good for your family, good for you and your friends. Everything is all encompassing, so I want you to work on all of those things. And I really wanted to make this video this year to show you guys. I do a vision board update every single year. This year has been the most transformative for me, and I feel like I've been so patient and diligent working towards my goals. So a little pat on the back moment for me, that things are finally happening for me. And I want this to be a video to encourage you to all keep trying, because I truly believe if you stay consistent with these things, we are all capable of so much more than we could imagine. So what exactly is a vision board? If you haven't watched one of my previous videos or anything on vision boards before, it's a visual representation of your goals. It's not just pretty pictures, okay? It's mapping out how you want your life to look and the things that you want to accomplish. And I mean, there are some scientific backings for vision boards working, okay? Research shows that imagining your goals activates neural pathways in your brain, helping you feel as if you're already achieving them. Your reticular activating system, RAS, your brain's RAS filters information and highlights what's important to you. So a vision board can literally train your brain to spot opportunities that align with your goals. And consistency, this is so key, okay? Seeing your board every single day reinforces your goals and keeps you focused even when life gets busy. And this has been the major thing that's changed from all the previous vision boards that I've tried. I've actually consistently looked at mine this year. And I'm going to show you how I did that, and I'm going to share my tips for making sure that you look at it consistently and also keep updating it too. So we're talking about how to create a vision board that actually works. Whether you're using a physical board or going digital, here are the steps. So I want you to take out your notebook now and write these down, okay? One, you're going to define your categories. So you're going to break your goals into life categories, like I mentioned: health, career, relationships, personal growth, travel. Then I want you to be specific, okay? Instead of vague goals like get healthy, you're gonna say things like, I'm going to run 5K, or I'm gonna meal prep every single Sunday. Then you wanna use emotional triggers. So this is where you add the images, the words, or the quotes that make you feel excited, inspired when you look at them. That's going to really help you remember what these goals are throughout the year. And this is an important step too. Step 4 is to update this throughout the year. This is so key. As you achieve goals, I want you to cross them off. I did this year, and it was so motivating to come back to my board and be like, oh, look at you go. You've already marked off so many things this year. You will continue to keep marking off those goals. One thing I actually want to do this year, which I encourage you guys to try as well, is to replace the images that you have with your own. So if you capture any of the moments of things that you've accomplished, start replacing them on the board with your own photos. I think that's going to be so beautiful by the end of the year to see which things you accomplished by seeing your own photos there. And tip number 5, which I already mentioned, is place it where you'll see it daily. So how I did this last year is I used Milanote actually, which is like a desktop or like a browser app. I opened up Google again. That's the first thing that came up. So I would see my vision board pretty regularly. And what I'm gonna do this year is actually build it in a Notion template. I use Notion for everything in life. Like my to-do list every single day is in Notion. So I know I'm gonna see it every single day. But that's why I encourage you, if you're someone who doesn't use Notion or doesn't want to use Notion, you're not on your computer often for your job perhaps, maybe build a physical one and just put it up against the wall, somewhere where you're gonna see it every day before you head to work. I think seeing it is more important than anything else. So you can still follow along with the steps that I have for this vision board, even looking at my Notion template. Maybe use that to help you plan it out, but actually make a physical one if you're gonna be seeing that the most. That's the most important part, okay? Let's now break down the components of a vision board. For 2025, I've actually combined my vision board with my Notion template that I've titled the Life Journal. So I'm going to show you how I set it up, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to show you where you can download the template so that you can do it yourself and follow along, okay? Let's break down the components of the life journal. So step 1 is adding your affirmation. I think these are really important, especially when you're feeling low in life, to see your affirmation. I practice this actually through the 5-minute journal, which I have been an avid user of the 5-minute journal for years, and I write this down every morning by hand, but I also think it'd be good to set, a tone for the year, how you want the year to be, by choosing your favorite affirmations. These are positive statements that set the tone for your mindset. So ask yourself, who do I want to become? And then fill in the blank, I am. Maybe it's confident, resilient, creative. Choose words that inspire you and reflect the best version of yourself. So for example, I would say something like, I am a confident, courageous, intelligent business owner who is worthy of success and abundance. My second step is to craft your vision statement. So now it's time to create a statement that is a vivid description of the life that you want to lead. So picture your future self living in your dream life. What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you surrounded by? So take a moment to really dream big and then write down your vision in the template. Step 3 is to define your values, okay? I want you to write these things down. Values are the foundation of everything you do. I truly believe that. And they're the principles that guide your decisions and your actions in life. And I know with vision boards, we love to focus on the outer appearances of life, like status symbols, apartments, cars, how you look, the way people perceive you. But I think it's so important to focus on the foundations of what make you you, and these are through your values. And I think it's also very clear in life when you talk to someone who doesn't know really what their values are yet. I have been that person versus how you feel when you figure that out. You feel so solid in any situation you're put in because you know what your core values are and what your guiding forces are. And I think people like that are the people who manage to succeed in life. So I think that's why it's really important, as much as we love to think about all the fun things we're working towards, to also really figure this part out for ourselves too. So don't worry, we're gonna get to the vision board part with all the fun images soon. We just really need to get these core steps done first. So here are a few examples to help get you started. It could be integrity, so staying true to your word and principles. It could be growth. Perhaps you're someone who really wants to embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn. Kindness or resilience, facing obstacles with courage and determination. So I want you to write down your core values and how you live by them every single day. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the fun part, which is step 4, to fill out our vision boards. So I encourage you to use my Notion template if you like Notion, you've used Notion before, or perhaps you are someone who prefers digital formats for Notion boards, because I've really laid out in this life journal, section by section, different types of vision boards for your life. This may seem really intense, okay? So this video is not for people who are just trying to like throw a quick vision board up, okay? This video is for people who really want to shape their lives and really map it out and plan it out. And I'm telling you, filling out this template takes time. It took me a long time to fill mine out, and I think I'm gonna come back and add more goals that I may have forgotten. But let's just talk about each category that I set up. And if you are doing this, not digitally, but like on paper, just think of each of these sections when you grab your images and put it together, okay? So the first section is the health vision board. So I have fitness and I have nutrition, and this is where I want you to imagine how you feel in your body. Strong, energetic, balanced. What activities excite you, or what are things that you want to try this year? Is it yoga classes, running, hiking, or group fitness classes? And I really encourage you, if there are things that you wanted to try but you've been putting it off because you've been waiting for friends to join you, just go do them by yourself. Go do it by yourself, get out of your comfort zone and do it. You will thank yourself later for it. It always feels so empowering, and you might meet people in the class, or I don't know, I've never regretted going to something alone. So I truly encourage you to do that. What's a fitness milestone that you'd love to achieve? So this is where I want you to get specific. Could be running 5K or mastering a new sport. And then find photos that capture that feeling of vitality and health and add them here. My second board section I put together is the social life vision board. I think social life is so important when it comes to happiness. I used to volunteer at a hospital during university, and I would talk to people who were kind of towards the end of their life. When they looked back on things, they didn't talk about the types of trips they took or the type of home they owned or things like that. They always talked about family and friends and the stories along the way of people they met. So I do think, as much as I encourage people to chase after their dreams, make sure you put some time into planning how you want to show up for the people in your life this year. I find my circle gets smaller and smaller as I get older, because I do get busier with things like business and, you know, fitness goals and all these other things that I want to dedicate time to, that I've really narrowed my circle down so that the people in my life that are currently in my life, I can give as much of myself as possible to them and really show up and be a true friend to them, even if that doesn't mean I have a lot of friends. So who are the people you want to surround yourself with? This is key too, okay? This is so important. I do believe that you are the average of the 5 people closest to you, and not everyone loves to hear that. And if you don't love to hear that, I want to ask you why. Because the 5 people closest to you, you should be proud of them, just as you would be proud of yourself. So if you're looking around this year and you're thinking, I'm not really happy with where I'm at in life, and then you look around at all the people around you and you're like, ooh, like, I love you, but I'm not proud of you either. Some tough love. Who you are around really does impact where you go in life. So you have to evaluate how important that is to you as well. What kind of friendships or community activities bring you joy? Where do you see yourself socializing? Cozy dinners, group hikes, or vibrant city events? And then also, you know, think about your social circle and what type of people will go out and do things with you that you want to do. So perhaps you have a friend group of people who don't like to hike, but you want to go on hikes. I encourage you to find ways to get out of your comfort zone this year and meet new people who will want to do that with you. Add photos of gatherings, community events, or even locations where you'd love to connect with others. And then, you know, ask yourself, what can I do this week to nurture my relationships or expand my social circle? And what can I do into the new year to do this even further? Then we have my financial goal boards, so it's like finances and travel. I may update it with even like home things here, all like material items and money, things that are still important in life. It is time to dream about your financial future. Ask yourself, what does financial freedom look like to you? Is it living debt-free? Is it saving for a dream home, or having the flexibility to travel more? Write down, learn your notebook, write down 1 or 2 financial goals and add visuals that represent abundance. So maybe that's a growing savings account, or living in your dream home. I really want you to just sit and think about all the different things that you're looking forward to that require perhaps some financial goal setting and planning. I also added my travel dreams for this year as well. And if there's anything I learned from this year, it's write them all down, because I didn't really plan to go to the places I went to this year very thoroughly. Like, I just put them as like, I would like to do this. This year I'm being so intentional because I now really believe in myself that I will make it happen. So even if they feel like way out dreams that you don't think are gonna happen, you may have an opportunity come your way. So again, vision boards help us identify those opportunities when we keep looking at them every day. So put down all your dream locations that you'd like to go to this year. My next vision board is one that gets me really excited for planning, and that is the appearance vision board. So that's your style, your beauty, your hair, just really planning out like the type of person you want to show up as in 2025. I am someone who works from home, and I can definitely get a little comfortable just sitting around in my gray sweats all day. But I've really told myself this year, you know, life is short, and I turn 27 next year, which is crazy. I want to start dressing how I always dreamed my 27-year-old self would dress. And I think that motivates me to show up more as the person I always dreamed of, and I really encourage you to do the same. There may be mornings where you're like, oh, I don't want to wake up early, I don't want to get dressed nice today. You have to remind yourself, like, we don't know how long life is or how many more days we'll get to do that. Some may say it's a vain goal to think about these things, but I say lean into things that make you happy and that bring you joy. And if that's finding different ways to dress up and showcase your personality through style, do that more in 2025. Have a lot of fun in this section, okay? Go through your Pinterest boards, look at all the hairstyles you saved, all the makeup looks you saved, all the styles that you saved. Look at your own wardrobe, really think which pieces can I pull out that are similar to those that I can wear, and really map it out and how you want to show up for yourself in 2025 visually. I'm sorry, the sun is going down as you watch this video. I thought it would be really nice and sunny right now, but you know, it is 3:45 and sun goes down like 4:30 these days, so. Anyways, moving on to career vision boards. This is career, and I also left a section for content creation because for me personally, that's something I want to work on. In this section, I want you to ask, what's your dream job or field of work? And also, what's something that you love to do that you wish would become a career? Because I do think we are more happy in life, and this doesn't always work out the way we want, but to find a career that at least has 80% of something you love doing. So if you love talking to people and explaining things and breaking down concepts, teaching is probably something you would love at least 80% of the time. And I think it's important in life to think about the things that make us happy, instead of back in the day, everyone would be like, oh, go be a doctor, go be a lawyer because you make good money. Nowadays, with the internet and also with the way careers are shifting and evolving, we don't know what the world is even going to look like in 50 years with the introduction of AI and the pace that humans are evolving. Pick something that you like to do and that makes you happy, and then do a really great job at it, because there's not enough people in the world that are doing a really great job at things. So you will stand out in whichever field you pick, and I truly believe you can find success in any field if you're passionate about it. So pick something that you love, and that's at least for any of us that want to take risks in life. I would rather be that person than to sit in a safe job, but we all have our own preferences, so you know, there's that as well. This is just advice from me personally. Okay, enough rambling from me. Think about this. If you were 10 years into the future, what career milestones would make you proud? Write them down, whether it's starting your own business, becoming a leader in your field, or creating a work-life balance that lets you thrive. And, you know, add even photos of someone that you admire in that field. This can be incredibly motivating as well. I think it's really great to have mentors you look up to, even if you don't talk to them. They could be online personalities. Just study what they do and tell yourself, if they can do it, I can do it too. And lastly, I do have a charity and giving back vision board section. And I told you that this section, and really thinking about this each year, is one of my favorite things to do. I think making an impact through charity and giving back is super key to motivating you to keep doing things in life. I work in a field where, yes, I work in digital marketing, and I love seeing my skills translate in a way that can help small businesses thrive. But I am not in the type of field like teaching or being a doctor or nurse where I really feel like I'm giving back to community directly. So it motivates me to know when my business does better, I'm able to actually give more to the causes that matter to me too. So I really encourage you to sit down in this section. Think about the things that matter to you, because there's so many issues in the world. We can't do them all. Can't fix them all. We can't support them all. Pick the ones that matter the most to you. And even if it's like, I want to donate $5 a month to this cause, it is something. So map that out. Pick what you want to do. Pick a goal for the year, how much perhaps you want to give back. And if you don't have the money to give back each month, maybe you have time. Time is even more important. If you can volunteer locally somewhere, I think that's so important as well. And pick some photos here of maybe some local events you want to support, some charities, their logos of different charities you want to support, and just put them all on this vision board as well. As James Clear states in Atomic Habits, one of my favorite books, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Using this template, here's a few tips to be more effective with your vision board planning this year. So 1, be specific. I've said that a few times, but you really want to clearly define your goals use numbers, use milestones. Visualize regularly, engage with your vision board, cross things off as you go, update your goals. They do change throughout the year. 3, come back and set actionable steps. You can leave little notes in your vision board sections to break down your goals into more manageable tasks to facilitate the progress. And 4, I didn't mention this one before yet, stay flexible. Be open to adjusting your vision board and your goals as they evolve. You may have travel plans come up unexpectedly. You may have career opportunities that you didn't expect. Don't close yourself off to these opportunities just because they weren't on your vision board. Track your progress. This could be using a journal, or you can do it directly in the template. Celebrate your small wins. This is so key too. I like to save things. My good friend taught me this. She would save like a chocolate bar for when something went well at work, or a bottle of wine to open when something went well. Use these little things to celebrate small wins. That is everything I have for the 2025 vision board. I believe when this video is up, I may take all the images from each section and put them in one big board too, because I just love to have it everywhere so I can keep looking at it in lots of different ways to remind myself of my goals throughout the year. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, took some notes, worked on a vision board that works for you. Please keep me updated throughout the year if you ever come back to this video about how your goals are going. I truly believe we are all capable of so much, and I want to see the best for everyone in life. There's so many opportunities out there that I think there's so much space for us all to do so well in life. And I also want you to uplift your friends in this way too, because there's endless amount of space for us all to succeed. So lift each other up, stay consistent with your goals, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Bye friends.